Today is Thursday, June 14th. I'm up here near Wallingford, just east of Wallingford, Vermont. I got about 70 miles to go. Figure it'll take 4 or 5 days. I'm packed up, packed out. Hope I have enough food. Stayed last night at one of my favorite places, the Williamstown Motel in Williamstown, Vermont. Max, the owner there, or manager, great guy. He'll fix you up, do whatever you need. Takes a lot of people to and from the trail. About an hour plus ride up here. I see Vermont is offering folks $10,000 if they'll move here. I don't think that's the problem with Vermont though. I think the bigger problem is it's so darn cold. So it took me 2 days to get up here from the Smokies. Left Tuesday, drove Wednesday. Got up here last night about 6:30. Got organized a bit, and we're off. A lot of spruce. You can tell it's quite different from when I left, but yet in many ways it does resemble the Smokies at the higher elevations. Really not a lot of difference, but I will tell you it's colder. Could almost use 2 layers at least to start off. I don't see a lot of evidence of hikers here on this trail, and when I say that, what I'm really looking at is whether or not there are any pole marks on the trail. Looks like maybe one set of pole marks. Well, I see a lot of them. I know we're in a busy part of the trail. Now, Max said he had quite a few people, maybe 10 or 12 hikers at his hotel last night. A lot of them chose to stay 2 nights. I didn't run into them. He said it was a good collection of both north and southbounders. So this is Route 140, which is a Vermont road. And we're headed southbound toward Manchester. And I was going to say, I don't see a bridge here, but here's the bridge with the familiar white blaze. So, aside from being cold, it's cool. Lower 60s right now. Very cloudy too. Aside from that, we're going to be working pretty quickly, going up about 1,200 feet in the first 2 miles, and then just a lot of ups and downs. So, par for the course. Having come out of the Smokies, it'll be interesting to see what the old trail looks like. And yes, it's not quite as well groomed as the Smokies. So I'm gonna put the camera away. This is gonna require a little negotiating. I think I can. Well, pretty much right out of the gate here at about the 1 mile point. Little pleasant surprise. I would imagine the way the trail's headed, we're going to cross this baby. Hopefully there's a bridge. Great sound. Looks like no bridge. We'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. Looks like early spring here, just due to all the organic stuff in the trail. Yeah, this is it. These streams are beautiful, except when you have to cross. So, camera down, looking for other spots. Looks like this is the most common. Yeah, I'm not going across that log, that's for sure. Maybe I'll throw another rock or two out here. Yeah, there's always a bit of maybe up here, I don't know. I'm gonna do what I think is the safest, which means it's gonna take me a little bit more time. I've got time. Okay, I'm southbound. I just ran into Still Bill. Still Bill and I probably grew up very close to each other. He's a Toledo guy, I'm a Monroe guy.
Go Toledo Rockets.
Go Rockets. He had a similar experience to mine. I'll let him tell you all about his trail experience here.
2017, I started in Georgia, heading north, made it to Cornwall Bridge, Connecticut, and the wheels fell off about 1,500 miles in. Wheels fell off, I went in a ditch, just could not go on any further. So I'm back out on the trail, God willing. I'm going to finish it up this year.
Super, that happens to us young guys.
Yeah, us young guys.
Yeah.
I had jet black hair when I started, and it's all gone away.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Are you 60 yet? Probably not
57.
Quite. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Thank you, Still Bill.
Have a great day.
Be safe. Well, I'm about a third of the way there. A lot of beautiful birch trees down. Trail maintenance here out on the long trail is not nearly equivalent to pretty much everything I've seen on the AT. Fair amount of logs down, trees down, big branches. You can kind of get the idea in here. So I've seen 6 hikers today, all northbound. There might be somebody ahead of me or behind me just going southbound. They're all doing the AT, one exception. One fella's doing the long trail, which goes all the way up to the border with Canada. Hope he doesn't try and get in there. The Canadian Prime Minister might not like that. So, very nice chunks of that birch floating around the woods. Friday, June 15th, just a week away from the solstice. Spent the last night here in Lost Pond Shelter. Only made it 12 miles. Trail wasn't necessarily all that difficult. Should get easier today as I continue to head southbound. Hope to get to Bromley Mountain. It's 12 miles away. Good water here. But the forecast was wrong and ran into some rain, and I'm not necessarily real crazy about risking it in the rain. So if I only go 4, I go 4. There is a shelter at 4 miles, or I keep going and make it 8. I know 4 doesn't sound like much, sounds like almost nothing, but you know what? I'm out here to be safe. Well, this is a 2-layer day. I've got 2 long sleeves items on. Second being the waterproof rain jacket, heavy drizzle. Bad weather route, that's what I'm taking. I'm going to avoid Baker Peak. It only takes 1/10 of a mile off. The entire bad weather route is 2/10 of a mile. So here we go, we're taking a quick little left. This is maybe the third or fourth little diversionary trail that I've taken. You might say, well, is it bad weather? Up here, rocks equate to bad weather. So back at the shelter, I ran into a couple of other northbounders. They'd started, up until about March 1st. One fella, Hoot, I should have interviewed him. He had knocked off up to here in 95 days. He's almost as old as I am. He's also an older guy. He's 57. Gosh, I wish I was 57. Okay, great guy, retired military, Air Force, in case anyone might be wondering. And even this little trail has a bit of treachery to it. I'm told that coming down Mount Baker, had I chosen to go up, that coming down would be very rocky and slippery. The rocks up here seem to be a little bit more weathered. They're slippery. Here we go. Beautiful birch forest. All silica right there. Beautiful stones. So looking ahead, that's northbound. That's what I would have had to have crawled down. But instead, I took the 2/10 bypass. From what I understand, it was a good move. And from what I can see, very good move. That baby's coming down pretty quick, pretty steep. And it's got those, I call them rivulets of rock, that are almost vertical, so it doesn't give you a lot to stand on. You got to make your own footing on that stuff. A nice pond off to the right here. Can't see it real well. I think I'll get a better view of it at the end of the boardwalk here. But it's nice to have the boardwalk. So, you can see with a little condensation coming up that the water is warmer than the air. Not a surprise. It cannot be 60 degrees here today. Oh, just coming out of the woods. I guess I've always been coming out of the woods. This, folks, is not a futuristic contraption. It is a chairlift here at Bromley Mountain. And the sun just became exposed. It's been out for 3 or 4 hours, but we can do a 360. Pretty close to a 360. That is out to the northwest. That's out to the south. And this is out to the east. Out to the northeast. South. AT. Well, back that way. Pushover. Don't ask me what that is. It must be a ski term. It's probably a particular mountain or a particular, what do you call it? There's the ski lift. It's not going to get me down. I am going to have to take it down. And that's north from which we came. Today is Saturday the 16th of June. I just spent the night here at Bromley Shelter, which is down a little bit from the Bromley ski lift where I was last night, toward the end of the day, maybe about a mile south. But I've come across 3 women. We spent the night in the shelter here, had a real good discussion about trails, beach trails, different schools, different areas of the country. I'll let them explain why and how they got together and anything else that they want to, one at a time. Just give us your name, whatever name you'd like, and then proceed.
Okay, my name's Christine. I'm from the Hudson Valley, New York, and we're here on a short section hike from Bennington to Peru, sort of like a reunion trip. We all went to Bennington College.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay.
And I'm Mary. I'm from Austin, Texas. I live in Baltimore now. And I think something that we've kept coming back to over this trip is the fact that when we were in college together, we weren't hikers, and I think kind of individually over the last 9 years have gone out into the woods for various reasons, but
the woods and the desert.
The woods and the desert, to walk, to clear our heads, to get some space from the rest of our lives, and have found this love of hiking, and now it's a wonderful thing
Beautiful.
to do
So
together.
this is an annual thing for the most part?
These two have been doing it annually for, what, 2 or 3 years?
Yeah, a couple years.
And I've been hiking with my partner for the last 5 years and did the Camino with him. So.
Beautiful. Very nice.
And I'm Rachel. I'm also from the Hudson Valley, and yeah, so like a month ago or a month and a half ago, I had a birthday thing, and like Mary was saying, Christine and I have done a lot of hiking together, but seemingly out of nowhere, Mary was like, do you guys want to hike a section of the AT this summer? So we were just like immediately like, yes!
Beautiful. So this is your last day?
It's our last
Out
day.
for about a week?
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you.
All right, see ya. Thank you. Well, coming down off Bromley, 8:30 in the morning, little fish just flopped up there. And in this stream, we've got a little stone beach, beautiful. And dead ahead, got a little pond, maybe. But there is life in there. And dead ahead for the trail.